It is go time for Monster Monday. Sit back and get ready to enjoy a live show. Comment any questions. See what's up in our world. Guess what time it is? It is Turbo time. Let's get ready for Turbo's live show. We are just seconds away from Turbo kicking off another fun-filled adventure night of laughs and entertainment. This kid never stops laughing, never stops smiling. Please join me in welcoming the man himself, Turbo.
Hey everybody, we have a full house here. It is a combined show, Monster Monday and Turbo Time. How you doing, Turbo?
How you guys doing? Hello.
Hello.
It's good to see it. It's funny to see all the extra faces on here. I am down in Florida. I wore a Florida style shirt. You see it? I'm very festive. I came down for a funeral, so that part sucked. My dad's best buddy, Julio, passed away while I was on my ride. He's been fighting cancer for a while.
Oh, man.
So I found out the funeral was today. I did some calculating, and I thought if I leave right from the event out in my Gumps run, I could make it to Mesa and then out to here. So that's what I did. I got here at 11 o'clock this morning and took a shower, and that was all good. So what about you, Turbo? You had a busy weekend. You want to give a little update on things before we get started?
I was in Florida. I left yesterday. It was about a 4 or 5 hour flight back. A little bit of turbulence heading back, but not as much as heading towards Florida. But yeah, it was very fun. But we're back now and in sunny California. Well, it's more like cold California. But
it's hot here. It's hot in Florida. Was it hot when you were here?
Oh yeah.
Were you in Orlando?
Yes, I was in Orlando.
Yeah, my parents don't live very far from Orlando. I wish you would have been. I wish your conference would have been,
longer.
just like right now. I wish it would have been right now instead of over the weekend. It would have been fun to have it still going on.
Actually, it sounds like we got some guests showing up at my house.
Who's showing up?
I hear bikes though. Multiple bikes.
You hear bikes at your house right now?
Yeah.
Well, it's not me.
Yeah, I'm watching you right now. You're in a strange house. I don't know where you are.
Look at this. This is living though. Like it's like visiting my parents is not suffering.
Oh yeah, that's definitely Florida right there.
Yeah, if you were
Florida
here already.
If
you were here, I'd put you in either non-motorized scoot and I'd throw you right in the pool.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny, but yeah, I'm anxious to see who's at your house.
Yeah.
I hear a dog barking. But Misty, what about your weekend? So we see who's there.
Fairly uneventful. But Sunday, Dylan and I rode to a veteran cemetery. They had kind of a ceremony going on. We rode bike there. It was pretty cool. Dylan got some neat drone shots of that and went for a bike ride. It was nice. Yesterday was real crappy weather. So just kind of hung out here and back to work today.
Was that when you were out on the chopper? Was that on Sunday?
No, he did that. Did you do that yesterday? Yeah, he went yesterday when it was crappy out. It was really crappy yesterday, cold and.
I love that. I love that bike, and if I was man enough to build one or work on one, I would ride one of those in the Hokahay.
Well, that'd be cool.
I just don't have the knowledge or the ability to build one, and I don't have the ability to work on them when they have a problem. So I got to have a pit crew with me. I'm a good rider and a good breaker of items, but fixing them is hard for me. All right, here we got. Who we got there? Who we got? We got live action in the background.
Whoa. What up?
But
Look
ain't
at
too
that.
much makers. What's up?
Yo,
How you
we
doing, my
got
man?
Ah, crap.
Philip,
Philip and
Chad,
Chad.
and
I
cousin.
can't believe
And,
that.
Cousin Ellen
their
over
cousin. The cousin
Figured we-
Alan.
Who else we got there?
Party.
So here they are.
Who you got in the background? Who's with you, Chad?
My nephew Alan.
Oh, right on.
We picked
I
him
don't
up
know
from Grand Junction.
why. I'm not sure why I didn't guess that it was Chad and Philip. Like I
Yeah.
knew they had rode out there, but
Mhm.
my brain. That's what happens when you do a ride that takes you 20 days. Like every mile you put on, you lose an IQ point. And I wasn't starting at 200, so if you start at a lower number and then you go 20 down, it's pretty bad. So that was pretty funny. Like we're trying to guess who was there on a Harley. So that's really awesome, man. Good to see you guys.
Yeah. So
It's been a
here
fun
they
ride.
are.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, I'm gonna get to what I got, Turbo, and I'll get out of your way, and then Misty can do her thing, and we'll leave you with your guest, and you can interview them. How's that sound?
All right.
All right, because all I want to talk about or fill people in on is the ride that I got done with. So the Monster Gump was a huge success. I got to meet people across the country. It was absolutely amazing. I figured that from the time I left my house until today or yesterday when I ended it, I crossed the Mississippi River 8 times. So that's an amazing, feat in itself. But I crossed it twice just to get to the starting line, and then 5 times, and then another time coming down here, getting back across the country. So 6 trips across the country. I saw awesome sights, but really the highlight of the ride was the fact that I spent hardly any time by myself. I rode for 20 days, 20,000 miles. And once the Monster Gump started, before that even started, I had Iceman with me, I had Raindrop, had Wrong Way, across the country zigzagging. Like there was so little time that I had. That was really the highlight, seeing all the family that is the Monsters come out and meet me on the road. Jug met me in the middle of the night in Wisconsin and gave me sandwiches, and it was just really, really cool. So that part I really want to thank everybody for. It's hard to even put into words. I came across Minnesota. I said this in a video. I came across Minnesota, where I was born and raised, and I did need gas to get started. I ran out of gas on a bridge in Louisiana, and
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was on my way to the starting line and ran out of gas. And then to finish the ride, I ran out of gas. I was sitting on the side of the freeway this morning out of gas. Luckily, Florida has a program where they help you out. But anyhow, it was like coming into Minnesota was whatever day I was on. But whatever day I was on, I was tired. I was wore out already. That was my third trip. I was on my 3rd trip across the country. I was tired. Sleeping wasn't the best. It was cold at night, and I came across and coming into Minnesota, and I was looking at the timeline, and I was way behind, and it rained on the night before, and I just didn't have time to stop and see anyone or even set anything up to, a quick meeting at a rest area or anything. I just pretty much ignored my entire family and friends in Minnesota. So I got down the road, and then our very own Dylan, comes screaming up alongside me. There he is. So that was really cool. And I had a rock from him from Utah from Monster Monday the week before. So it's crazy. I picked up a rock in Utah and delivered it to him in Minnesota. And it was just like a whirlwind of time. But I left there and went to Glacier and just to keep meeting people. But that Forrest Gump ride was really cool. And if anybody lives in any of those points on the coast, the left side has Santa Monica Pier down in California, which Turbo, you have to get to that. It's super cool. And it is super cool and super chair friendly. The boardwalk is really bumpy and nasty, but they have a thing set up on it for chairs. So you can just roll right down it and it works perfect. I rolled my motorcycle right down it. The pier is you're not supposed to have vehicles on it at all. And I rode my motorcycle down to the end. I said, I got to get a picture with my bike on the end of this pier. So I just did it. What are they going to take me to jail? So I did it and got pictures, and that was awesome. But then the lighthouse, that was closed. They had barricade for closed due to a storm wrecked it, and it wasn't safe. So I had to jump over that and go to the end. So I was just like breaking every rule known to man. But the things that Forrest had on his run, the main points, every place he turned around at, was just incredible. Santa Monica Pier, the Marshall Lighthouse in Maine. If anybody lives or wants to road trip to those things, they are definitely worth seeing. That lighthouse is super cool. The Ocean City Beach in Washington, I had never heard of it. I had no idea why Forrest ran to that. But the road just goes right into the water. It looks like a boat landing. That's how it just, the road you're on just leads right into the ocean. But when I got there, the tide was out, and it's a pretty high tide up there, so water was a long ways away, which was awesome because it's a hard packed beach. So I rode my motorcycle right up to the water's edge, and then we rode it on the edge, and so that was really cool. And then from there we crossed the country again to South Carolina, to where they filmed the most of the movie, was at a state park there, and that was another really cool place to see. And it was really fun to sit on the pier and look at where they filmed it, because you could see the beach where they filmed the Vietnam scenes and things like that, so it was kind of cool. I'm a big fan of the movie, so that helped. And then went from there to Grandfather Mountain in North Carolina. And again, if that's not on your bucket list, it needs to be. Grandfather Mountain is a phenomenal place. Like, I had no idea that place was so incredible. And the road he ran on is at the top of it. There's a park at the very top. And I got there. Guess what? It was closed. And it was pouring rain when I went up the mountain. The weather broke, which gave me just the time I needed to get up to the top of this mountain, which is a long ways up. I get up there, they have wooden barricades across all the entrances, and the exit was open. So, of course, I pulled in the exit, and they came right out to greet me and said it's not open. So I explained to them what we were doing and how cool Turbo was. And so I think he went inside. He must have checked it out, because he said, that Turbo really is cool, so you go ahead and go. So he decided to have a change of heart, and I was able to go. And the park wasn't even open the day I was there, and it was after hours even if it was open. And I guess we have light now. And so then I took off. Hi, Mom. So then, see, we've got my mom popping in too. You want to say hi, Mom? See, Turbo, just like you got your mom popping in to help.
Hi, Turbo.
Hello.
How you
This
doing?
is my mom, Kathy.
Good.
Hi, Kathy.
Nice to meet you.
Do we look alike?
I see resemblance. Yes.
Good, because I'm his mom.
Perfect. Thanks for stopping in.
Yep. Bye bye.
So anyhow, the guy let us go up there, and it was super cool. I went up, and he let me go up and take a picture, and I took a video of me riding the road that Forrest ran down. So that place is unbelievably cool. And then from there, back across the country again for the last trip, the 5th time across. And Chris met me in North Carolina that morning when I woke up, rode with me the whole way across. And then we got towards the finish line, and there was all kinds of monsters there. So that was really the highlight of it. Value was there, and Vic came down from Wyoming, and Bradley came from Oregon with his wife. And it was just fun to see everybody there. And then we went through, Gopher was there again the second time I saw him. So Robert came from Cali, and it was just so awesome to see everybody there. And then we rolled to the finish line and took some pictures and had a great time. And it was a lot of miles. That part of the ride was 15 days, 15,000 miles. And it was something that I'd never want to do again, but I'm super happy I did. It kind of reminded me of when I joined the Army. Super happy I did it, but Christ, I would never do it again. And it's just, I would like to do that same ride in a camper over the course of a month or two.
Oh man.
that would be a lot of fun, or a toy hauler and bring a motorcycle. So when you get to the places, you can just take it off and go for a ride and enjoy the sights. There's a lot of cool sites, but if anybody, those sites that he turned around at are all worthwhile sites. And Turbo, the Santa Monica Pier, you got to get to that. Like that's a really cool place. There's a lot of fun stuff on it, and you really dig it. So from there, I got done, and I had to go to Mesa, Arizona. So I wanted to go to Mesa because the Harley Davidson dealership there is going to help us out with Gavin's ride when we end our 48 and 10. So I just wanted to go, and I had to meet with them and, chat about a few things. So I thought if I get that done and I could get to Florida, I would have 20 days. So that was really cool. Hi, Mandy. That was really cool to do that, because I made my 20 days of riding, 20 consecutive days, 20,000 miles. But the miles weren't so bad. Like, my odometer said 20,000 miles. My GPS said I had more miles to go. So my odometer is off about 1.5%. So somewhere in that neighborhood, it's a little, it depends. I don't know why, but sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less, but around 1.5% off. And it doesn't sound like much, but 1.5% of 20,000, it just sucks when you're looking at your odometer and you're over 20,000 miles, but I'm still chugging along. And I think I had to do 300 extra miles, or 310 or whatever it was, to get to where my GPS said 20,000 miles. So even though it's all 20,000 miles, it's just so depressing when you're riding, and what you're looking at tells you did 20,000 miles, but it's not right. So that was pretty cool. But I got it done. I'm super happy to be done. I don't know how Hopper did 100 days of this, because like today I've just been foggy all day. Like I rode today, I think 400 miles I had to ride this morning to finish out to get to my parents' house. And I just been like foggy, like I need a nap, and just like not all there. So I don't know how. There's no way I could do 100 days. Like there's just, I don't even know how that's even possible. So my hat's off to Hop, for doing that. So that's how it just shows how epic it is, because a lot of times when people do things when they do it so well, it looks easy. And I think that's what that Hopper's ride, he did that and made it look so easy that, it's like, oh, just go ride 1,000 miles a day. Like, that's how tough is it? Like he rides all the time. He's a great rider. Like it's not a huge thing. I'm telling you right now, it's a huge thing. Like doing 20,000 miles, like I ride all the time, and that was just ass kicking. I just feel like I got beat down. So that's pretty good. So it's all good. Yeah, Robert said something about my rear wheel. I did try to do a burnout. I wanted to do a burnout at Monument Valley, and I thought about it. I said, I don't know if I'll be able to with my bike being slowed down. And I tried, it just didn't work. My bike was so heavy and the tire was so hot from riding in there that she wasn't wanting to break free. She wanted to take off. So that didn't go so well. So that's the way it is. But that was my 20 days. So and that's all I had going on. Now I'm just going to get my bike serviced tomorrow, and then I'm going to head home. So I'm anxious to get home. I miss my wife and my dogs, and 20 days is a long time to be on the bike. Like I was in a car today for the first time, and it just felt weird. But I'm anxious to hear about your time, Turbo. So Misty can get on with her thing, but I can't wait because
but I just gotta say, like, you are insane for doing the Forrest Gump ride. Like, I cannot believe someone's able to go around the whole United States in 15 days. That is ridiculous.
It was fun, and I tell you, my bike is really stickered up, and all the riders have placed their stickers on the front fender, and it's getting full now. But it catches everybody's eye how Pearl had the signatures on her, and it made everybody look at the bike. That front fender with all the stickers on there, everybody looks at the bike, and they come right over, and then they see the Mile Monster stuff. It's like clockwork. I know what they're going to say to me. And so many people asked what I was doing, and everybody knows Forrest Gump. I didn't run into anyone that said, oh, I never heard of Forrest Gump or The Run. everybody wanted to hear about that and why I was doing it. So it was the perfect window to talk about, our heroes and what we do. And so it was
Yeah,
like the goal of spreading awareness was thick on this ride. So
that's great.
it was really cool. And on the side of my tour pack, it has the 5 heroes names on there, where they're from. So people were commenting on that. It was really cool, and people were checking out your show. There are people like literally checking out things while they're talking to me, like they're on their phone.
Wow.
They're on their phone checking it out. So it was actually really, really cool. And in the end, Robert's got a comment here. I should have grabbed this dog. There was a dog that I want to take home, and if I could have got that dog on my bike, I would have taken him home. But it was like so nice, but it was so skittish. It wouldn't like let me pet it. I could feed it, but then it would like scurry away. But man, just a cool looking dog. I would love to bring that dog home with me, but just wasn't it. Then there's a bunch of tourists that want to take pictures with the bikes and with us, and it was just
What Robert said.
yeah.
Yeah, that's how popular Forrest Gump is.
Yeah, and there were so many people there. There were so many people taking pictures there, and we got group photos with other people, and it was just awesome. So I'm really happy I could do that ride, and I think it's gonna be one that gets talked about for a long time. So it's really cool to have that avenue to bring up the heroes, and people want to see that. That was pretty epic. But your weekend in Florida was cool, and I just want to talk about one part of that, because a friend of mine reached out to me who met you out there, and I just want to say, like, he was very impressed with you, and he is that's Blake is his name. You met him. You remember him? Yeah. His brother had DMD and passed away last year, and he was 30. I think Ryan was 35,
Wow.
something there, but he kind of led the way with stem cell treatments and everything. But Blake, his brother, was his caregiver, and he is an awesome dude, and he just is very involved with the DMD community. And so I thought it meant a lot when he reached out talking about how cool Turbo is, and how cool, having Turbo time and all that, how awesome it was. So I don't know, you can talk about talking to him, but I just want to tell you that he reached out because he was pretty impressed with you and what you got going on there. So that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, we will get to that point, but right now I want to talk about like how we got to Florida, because let's just say that plane ride was insane. So let's go ahead and talk about that. So yeah, we had to wake up at 4 this time, not at 7, at 4.
That's early.
Yeah, very early. Got to the airport. It took like an hour, 30 minutes. So I would say like 5:40 we got there at the airport at LAX. We got there, went through TSA. Oh my God. The TSA, they were rude this time. Well, one, maybe because it was early. But my dad, he gets confused easily. The lady at the TSA was saying, "What lane are you in?" And I don't know what the heck she's talking about either. My dad's like, "What? What are you talking about?" And then the lady goes like, "What lane are you in?" All smart and crap. I'm not trying to say that one word because YouTube is here. Whoop-de-doo. But after that whole drama, they had to go through my wheelchair because I'm suspicious, apparently. I think there's bomb residue on it. So they had to scan my wheelchair there. Once we got through that part, pretty much we went to the gate and loaded up my wheelchair. And yeah, first flight wheelchair went smooth. But we got on the plane. Everything was good. Got to our seat. Yeah. Yeah, we took Delta. Delta was very good, by the way. But anyway, we got our plane seat. Really good plane, by the way. It's a A321.
I don't think anybody knows what the hell that means.
Airbus A321 Neo. But it was a newer aircraft. Anyway, really good TV system. They had like a whole like
When you get to my age, Turbo, you're more concerned with the engines and its ability to land than the TV system. You're like, it's got a nice TV system. That'd be the last thing on my mind if an A350-1793 Airbus was going to take off.
yeah. But the flight was smooth. About 4 hours, 20 minutes. It's not bad. So yeah, we're chugging along, a lot of turbulence. Once we got to the airport, we were going down. Literally, this pilot that we had was so rough with the joystick, the dang plane, as it touched the ground, literally jumped up, touched the ground again. Everyone was screaming inside the plane. The plane almost lost control.
Yeah, it'd been like your video game where Grand Theft Auto. He comes sliding in sideways. Maybe he wasn't even the pilot. Maybe he just stole that plane.
He would know where he was going if he stole it.
Maybe he did a great job for somebody who's never been a pilot before.
Yeah, but it was pretty sketchy when we landed.
True. All right.
You smart. Okay, Robert, no. Paul Schley is not. I'm pretty sure Paul Schley could land that dang plane pretty better than that pilot. If he can handle a dang Shelby Cobra without dang, what's that stuff called? Auto steering, that crap.
Auto steering. I thought only Teslas have that.
And Volkswagen.
No, what I'm trying to think of is dang, crap, what's that stuff called?
Autonomous driving.
I forgot. Anyway, skip that. Got to dang Orlando. Went outside the plane. You know the little tunnel thing? As soon as we stepped inside that little catwalk to get into the plane, literally it was so hot, my skin started to melt off my face. I've never felt.
Yeah, this is hot. Florida's hot. It's I don't know why anybody lives here, to be honest. It's like hell. I
would.
think.
That is funny. My mom is calling me a rookie, but she misspelled rookie. She said roomie.
Yeah, if you're gonna give somebody shit about something, you should at least spell it right.
Yeah. But we got to Orlando. We got all our damn bags. We had like 40 bags. Ridiculous.
Why so many bags? Who packs so heavy? Your mom or your dad?
Well,
Your dad-
we
your
like
dad
to
seems like
pack
he'd be pretty chill.
10 million pounds of clothes. Even
It's
though
hot
we're
as
wearing,
hell. Why do you need so many clothes to go to Florida? It's so hot here. All you need is a pair of shorts and some wet wipes. That's it.
exactly. There you go. But no, we had like 4 or 5 bags.
Yeah, and you don't even know what hot is. Wait until you get to the hell that Gavin calls home. Like, that's so hot that that's why Florida's hot, because the devil moved out of Texas because that was unbearable for him.
No, the next conference is there, so we're going there next.
I hope it's in January.
I don't think it is. Yes, they sell clothes in Florida for like $100. Jesus. But yeah, the airport was pretty big. We had to take a monorail to get to the other end to exit the airport.
It's because it's Mickey's World. Everybody wants to go to Disney World.
Exactly, they copied Mickey World.
Mickey World.
But we got all our luggage. We had to wait very long because we had like 4 or 5 bags. All the other people had like 1 or 2 bags. But we got through that crap and we went outside. Ugh. I almost passed out on how hot it was.
You got some Vikings behind you. They would have died if they'd have been there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they rode down. There's probably still snow in their backyard, and you're talking about how hot it was in Florida.
That part's gone. Not my backyard.
Yeah. But no, the weather really wasn't that bad after a while. Once you get used to it, it's actually kind of nice there. But yeah. Anyway, we didn't have a wheelchair van this time, so we had to get a taxi. The taxi we got was called Mears Taxi in Florida. So if you're going there with a wheelchair, definitely call them. They're pretty good.
Yeah, you don't just get a cab when you have a 1,000-pound chair. Like, what people don't understand is your chair, that goddamn thing is heavy. That's not, you're not just throwing you out of it. Like, throwing you out is the easiest part of moving that chair. The rest of that thing is like a small car.
Exactly. But yeah, the Mears Taxi, it was a rear entry van. So the rear folded out with like a ramp, and the whole thing was carved out. It was pretty nice back there. Even though I felt like I was getting kidnapped. But yeah, it was pretty good. It was about $40.
If you get kidnapped and they take you to Dolphins, is it really kidnapping?
No. Not really. But yeah, it was about $40 to get to the airport to get from the airport to the hotel. So it wasn't really bad because most taxis like that usually are like $100. But yeah, it was affordable, I guess. Still a little expensive. Obviously than a regular taxi, but yeah. Anyway, the hotel, once you got to the hotel, it was very nice, very big. Let me go ahead and try and get a screenshot for you. So give me 1 second because I really want to show you this hotel. So give me 1 second.
We gave you 3 seconds. Time's up.
Bruh. You want to see the hotel or not?
There we go.
Anyway, let me make this bigger. There's the hotel right here.
Oh.
So this is it. It was very big. About that big. There's a better picture right here. So that's the hotel. If you can see my cursor right there. Very, very, very nice, by the way. I have no clue. I think it's like 500 a night, 600 a night. But it is very, very, very nice. Anyway, we had the 8th floor. The rooms are very accessible. They're pretty big. The beds are like lowered, so it's easier to transfer onto the bed because they're lower. But yeah, it was very nice there. Air conditioner was very good.
I would
Now-
hope so.
The pool, holy crap. The pool. That is the best part. Let me go ahead and get a screenshot of that.
Was there a bunch of girls in bikinis there?
No. No. No.
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
I'm not wanting to be kidnapped.
Anyway, this
Oh, wow.
is the pool. That's the pool.
That's insane.
Actually, wait, I don't think that is the right. No, it is.
Yeah. That looks really cool.
That's not the right one. Let me get a. That's the one. This is the pool that we had. So they had
Wow.
here a pool over here, a walk-in pool right here, and there was a lazy river built in to the pool.
I never liked lazy rivers because I just figure everybody pees in them. It's like a big giant septic tank that you swim in.
No, but this is both. Both a pool and a lazy river.
So then they
Yeah.
won't do it.
So when you were in the pool, did you just pee in the pool?
No?
Oh.
That's hesitant.
But the other hotel had that little pool.
Yeah, they definitely pee in
This
that
is our
pool.
pool.
Wait, you're not supposed to pee in the pool?
You're not supposed to get caught peeing in the pool.
Oh, that makes sense.
But yeah, so this is kind of the area you would see in the pool. The big old hotel, and then this is the whole pool area.
Yeah, that's the truth, Jug. That's
Yeah.
not a pool. That's a water park.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. They have a water slide over here somewhere.
That's all. That's all. It's called flushing the toilet.
Exactly. Yeah, Randolph. That's a good answer. It is a water park. Yeah, the pool is bigger than the whole hotel. But it was very warm. It wasn't like a regular pool.
Yeah. There you go.
Imagine why. Let me guess. It was about 98.
Oh.
About 98.6. Give or take a little bit.
Yeah, but the pool was very nice.
I was at a pool at a resort that was filled with college kids that had a swim up bar, and
Oh,
the bathroom was like right next to the pool, and there was no water tracks going to the bathroom. So I was like, I had it with that pool. I'm like, I'm not swimming in the big giant toilet bowl. But it was really convenient.
Yellow. It wasn't yellow. It was clear, very clear.
Yeah, that's because if you drink enough, it'll turn clear.
So, yeah, that's the whole pool thing out of the way. The hotel was really big. The lobby had like 2 stories. The lobby alone was like 2 stories.
Wow.
And the rest of the floors were just all rooms.
Was that where you swam with the animals at, Turbo?
No, that was another place.
It's okay if the dolphins pee in the pool.
Yeah.
Well, they're sea animals.
It's kind of their house.
And that water was very
Yeah.
cold, so that's a good sign. It was called. Crap.
You can just make shit up. People don't know anyhow.
Yeah, we won't know.
Yeah, you just tell them it was Dolphin Land.
Just pull up a random screenshot of somebody swimming in the pool with a dolphin.
Yeah. And have it just be people who don't even know, and then just make a story up to go with it. And
Yeah. But yeah, the whole conference was good. conference was like, I think 3 days long. Yeah, 3 days long.
What do you talk about? What do they talk about in the conference? Because I mean,
They
Is
just talk about like the new medicines coming out, like ways to like take care of your disabled child medically, like if they're in a medical emergency. It's like what medicine you have to take if they're in distress, like all that kind of stuff, and what to do if they break a bone or have fatty embolism, all that crap. So,
what do you do? What do they do? What do you do if you break a bone? What do you have to do different? Like if I break a bone, they put in a cast.
well,
If you
you
break
just gotta
a bone,
try
whatever.
and remain calm. Don't move the child or anything.
Oh, well, if you break a bone by me, I'm going to move you. We're going to drag you a little bit.
Oh Jesus!
My dad moved me whenever I had a broken bone. I survived.
But yeah, and it also talked about like how fatty embolism like is able to kill you.
How does it?
Like a silent killer.
Is a fatty embolism? Is that what does that get? You get that from an injury? What does that come from?
Yeah, you can get that if you break a bone, have a surgery, or that's about it. Just if you have a surgery or break a bone, any trauma in your long bones.
So then you get that you get a fatty embolism, and then they just so at this conference they tell you like the danger of that and how bad that is.
How you can catch it.
How do you know? How do you catch?
So, you can tell if there's like a rash around your mouth. If the person is like, man, I kind of forgot.
Well, that's okay because you're not the one that has to catch it. So I bet your mom was paying attention.
Yeah.
That stuff's crazy, but those are the things that I raised kids. I never had to worry about a fatty embolism and how do I detect that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's a lot of the more of the shit that you have to deal with. That is just forgotten about. Like forget about how much you have to deal with, how much your mom has to deal with on a regular basis. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nothing to mess with, really. If you let it go for like 36 hours, it will kill you. You'll literally like pass away in your sleep.
And 36 hours goes by quick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my wife would have been good at that, but I would have been terrible because I would have generally given things at least 48 hours just to see if it was real. Otherwise they just kind of ignore it and see what happens.
Yeah. So that's kind of what they were talking about, like how to make sure any injuries, how to take care of an injury, how to take medicine after injury, or all
Do you
kinds.
go to anything at the conference, or is it strictly stuff that your mom goes to and you're just there to hang out with other
I
kids?
kind of prefer going to the older ones because they talk about more stuff that I kind of want to learn about.
They talk about they go do anything like real life stuff?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have like they send you classes where you can talk about girls, things like that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Did you go to those classes?
Nah. First time, yeah. Didn't really learn anything though.
No.
I'm still
Because
kind of confused
well,
how
a lot
it works.
of the DMD kids, you're at a little bit of a disadvantage because you don't ride the bus, and everybody learns everything in the back of the bus. So when you're in the back of the bus, that's where you learn all of the things about life. So you didn't get to ride the bus, so now you kind of got gypped out of that. So now you gotta go somewhere to hear about that. How the real world works, right?
Turbo.
All right, let's move on. Yes, I still got like a lot of things to talk about.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that's kind of like the whole conference. It was talking about well-being and how to take care of the Duchenne person, pretty much. So after that whole conference thing, The last day they had something called Discovery Cove. This is the logo here. So that's kind of the place where they took us, and I will show you a picture of what it looks like there.
Yeah, that place looked pretty fun.
So
The videos were great.
yeah, this is how big the place is. They have like multiple pools. Or I think this is a different Discovery Cove. No, this is the right one. So this is how big the whole area is. They have 3 gigantic pools. They have this one where you can go scuba diving with fish, and this is the dolphin tank, or the dolphin area here. And
Can you pay to go fishing there?
no,
No.
Spearing only.
and then
Does
here,
dolphin taste like chicken?
I don't know really.
Mhm.
Hey, they
And then
taste-
they have this whole lazy river thing right here.
Oh, more pee time. Do they have signs up? Please don't pee with the dolphins.
Yeah. Pretty sure they do somewhere. But yeah, they had scuba diving. Kind of show you what that looks like. Let me find a picture. Stand by. Oh, that's not a good one. Have me a second.
I want to get back to the girl talk. They have like
Oh,
dating.
okay, dude.
Back of the bus.
Because I
Chill
figured
out. Chill out.
I saw you dancing with the girls at the party.
Mhm.
Okay.
So I figured they must have some dating advice there. And you were out there working it because that's a fast track way to get girls is learn to dance.
Oh, Jesus.
So you definitely had that going on.
Okay, are you ready for the next snippet? I'm trying to show you what the place looks like so you guys can get an understanding better. Anyway, this is pretty much what they had at the scuba diving at the Discovery Cove.
That looks like a good fishing place.
Dude, bro, so they have
Oh wow.
trays,
Pretty.
and you can see different types of fish here. So that was the scuba diving, and now I'll hopefully show you what the dolphin experience looks like. If I can find a good picture of that.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have a conference out in Kansas. I think the mom's onto something.
No,
You have
I
to be a
thought.
fly on the wall for that.
Yeah, we're just gonna call it the back of the bus. We're gonna have a back of the bus discussion.
Oh,
'Cause I bet you
geez.
Chad rode the back of the bus for sure. I know Dylan did. So, actually, most people that I hung out with all sat in the back of the bus. My wife's kind of a nerd. I bet she was in the front of the bus.
I was a nerd.
Yeah, you were in the front of the bus too.
Yeah. Pretty
Oh,
much.
that's terrible. That's awful.
Mhm.
Dylan was
Fine.
definitely in
All
the
right,
back.
we don't have any nerds on the stage.
Can I talk about the other stuff?
Ah, she's back. Turbo got rid of the nerds.
Oh, bro. My point.
Do you need me to go, Turbo?
No.
My sister was a nerd. There she is right there. She was on the front of the bus too.
Can I talk about what I was doing?
Yeah, I was just filling in while we're waiting on you.
Well, I can't talk if you're talking.
Okay, well, go ahead. You're not talking. Does that mean you want to talk about the girls?
Come on. Discovery Cove. We were there for about, I would say, like 3 hours. Oh yeah, 3 hours in that hot sun. I got sunburned a little bit on my hands because when I touch my hand, it burns a little bit. That's a
That's
sign
a
of
good problem.
sunburn. Yeah, we got sunburn. You can tell these are red.
His
Sure,
hair-
that's not from Riot.
I didn't say it. That was him.
Okay, dude. This is getting strange. You're timming.
Timing.
Where's the E?
It's
There
it's
an E?
gone. There's so many letters. We could have a show just on the English language. How many E's aren't needed, and kind of stupid why they're even there.
I know.
Like Misty should have an E. It sounds like an E on the end. Miss E, but it's not. It's an I. So I don't know.
Yeah, so Discovery Cove was cool. They had a whole like bird enclosure thing. They didn't have that bird or this bird. They only had a sun conure and some other strange looking ones.
Hmm.
And a couple random cockatiels. Really don't know why.
They taste like chicken for sure.
I think every bird does. Let me find out. They smell like it.
I kind of thought they'd smell like bird shit. No?
No. Manatees? No, I didn't see those.
I can't believe they're not extinct. They seem so stupid. I can't believe they're
I know.
whacked by boats on a regular basis.
One got hurt randomly in the backyard of my house. We saved it, but now it's gone. Probably dead.
A manatee?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Sharks got to eat.
Right, you're not a fan of sea life, I see, my mom said.
I'm not a fan of the sea.
Me neither. There's a lot of creepy things in there. But yeah, that was Discovery Cove. Very nice. It's about like $300 per head to get in there.
That's money well spent, though. You got to pee with the dolphins.
Okay, right.
So that's pretty good. So can you please get to the dancing part of your weekend? I've been waiting patiently.
Ah, you are impatient, I see. Okay. Well, it didn't really work because it rained in Florida and the dang speaker blew out.
When you're out at the dance night?
Yes, so it did not happen. There was probably only like 5 songs and it cut out.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
I hope that doesn't happen in Kansas. We'll have a speaker system, and we'll have. Do you have any song requests? Like kind of what your groove is?
Play your stuff.
No, you don't want to hear my music. My music's not like. There's no fun groove stuff. So you got to give me a playlist before we get there.
I'll make one.
All right, perfect. Get your jam on. Gavin's a dancer, but he likes that slow jazz. That,
Slow jazz.
yeah, smooth jazz. That's what it is.
Oh man. So you want like old stuff or what? I got perfect songs.
Well, in Kansas, Elfie will be there, so it'll be a lot of '80s stuff. That's more my jam.
80s.
They're gonna have concert time, so you can sing with Elfie. How's that?
All right.
So you better get working on memorizing the songs because Alfie's impressive, man. He's got every song made in the 80s and every Kiss song ever produced. He has it memorized to the T. He doesn't need any screen playing it. So
That's crazy.
it is crazy.
Oh, so yeah, they had the dance party before for the goodbye party for Kier Duchenne. So that's when the party was going on, but it just rained and everything got ruined.
That's crappy.
I just keep thinking that I hope that bird craps on your head. Like that is video gold if it takes one.
Him? Oh, he's not.
Does he ever poop on your head?
No, when he's on my shoulder, he like jumps off my shoulder and poops off the edge.
Well, that's nice that they shit on the floor. That's good potty trained bird.
Right? What the?
Well, it's better than on you.
Yeah.
Philip's gonna get it splattered on his shoe.
I don't know. I feel like
Now-
I keep getting a death stare by it.
This bird, on the other hand, this one right here, beside me, it shits everywhere.
Yeah, that's awful.
YouTube, no! I said S word. But yeah, the whole conference was nice. About 2 days of conference, and then the third day was the goodbye party that didn't really work because the speakers got rained on. And then we went to Discovery Cove. We stayed one extra day just to sleep, and then the next day we went back to California.
Perfect.
That's
So
all.
what?
Yes.
Will somebody kick that dog?
The what?
I said, will somebody pet Penny so she stops barking?
Oh, she's gonna bite us. You know how she is when she first meets them? Be careful. See?
Whoa.
See?
God, I so wanted her to get Chad's hand, but
She almost did. Come
I was
here.
waiting for it.
yeah, that would have been good. So when did you meet Blake?
Literally as we were at the goodbye party,
Ah, perfect.
I was going around in a circle very fast, and I met him there.
Awesome. Yeah, he lives in Kansas, outside of Wichita.
Oh, you'll probably see him then.
No, he can't come to the party because he's getting married the week before and he'll be on his honeymoon.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So bad timing. Otherwise, he wanted to be there.
Yeah.
He would have been. It would have been fun to see him. So that's what happens. So Misty, you got any news for us?
I do.
She's like, I feel bad. Misty's patiently waiting, and
Okay.
well, hey Turbo, you want to do Misty's news, or do you want to hear from Chad and Philip? Because I'm really curious to know if Chad got his ass whooped, or if Philip got his ass whooped, or if he
Misty
whooped some
was
ass.
waiting. We'll get to them after Misty.
Okay, they got kicked to the curb. Misty.
I'm up next.
Yes.
Okay. So Loco is on day 149. Speaking of Loco, you can ride with Loco on Saturday, June 29th. Loco will be celebrating his halfway point of riding every day this year. The ride will start at Paradise Harley Davidson in Tigard, I think, Oregon. Kickstands up at 9 o'clock.
I like the way you say Oregon.
I knew
Oregon.
somebody would give me shit for that.
I'm not giving you shit. I'm telling you that's how it's said. That's how it's properly pronounced. The people that live there just got it wrong. That's all.
They do, yeah. That's how I learned in school. So, yeah. The Oregon Trail.
Oregon.
No, Oregon.
There you go.
Ah!
So
Misty's
for more information, contact Tim. Get out there and ride with Loco. And on his day, hopefully you can be with him in Oregon. So moving
wish.
on. Moving on to our weekly ride. We had last week was tanks. This week is red barns. So get out and find your red barns. Last week we had a total of 129 tanks. Third place was Michael Nielsen with 14 tanks. Carrie Robinson, second place with 22. And first place was Jug, our Mark Radloff, with 33. Way to go, Jug. So,
Did he go? Did he just? Because he's at Camp Ripley. He lives there. Did he just ride around the camp and take pictures of all their tanks? I figure that's kind of cheating right there. He's like, he probably just went in a circle. There's probably a tank parade. There's probably, he's got a lot of ins. So he's probably just like in a tank parade, and he just has them stop because he was in the army, and so he just like knows everybody.
A tank or
A tank, like an army tank.
like an army tank, yeah.
how the hell did he find 33?
He probably just went to the museum and camp.
There's quite a few there.
Yeah, he's got it. Well, nice job, Jug. And I'm not gonna give him a hard time. He met me on the road with peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So
He said he had to look out his office window. So, yeah, there you go.
Office window.
Oh, so.
that,
What's that?
I said he has an advantage. So just like this week, the farmers will have an advantage if you ride, and you'll have the barn, so that'll be much easier.
Yep, exactly. On to hero news. I'll start with Alfie. Alfie's doing good. He finishes school on June 14th, and that's for his primary school, and then he'll be done for good there. He can't wait for that to happen. He then starts secondary school this fall. He's been struggling a little with emotions lately, and a break from school will be good for him.
Summer break's good for everybody.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I don't
I
know
would
why
think that.
summer school's a thing.
What's that, Turbo?
I don't know why summer school's a thing. Kids need a break.
They do
Yeah.
need
A damn place. You two. Wonderful.
He's also getting really excited for his trip to Kansas and to see everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
4-hour drive. Woo-hoo.
On to Drew. Steve had his triathlon final event on Sunday. He ran 11.11 miles. And it sounded like the conditions and terrain were a little less than desirable for him. He even had to fight the road to a large turtle. So, not sure if anybody saw the pictures of that, but that was pretty funny. So,
We kicked that door shut. That is so loud.
All right. Ew.
but Steve said it best in his post. He gets a choice to put himself through misery and to challenge himself. Drew and all the other boys with DMD don't have that choice ever. They lose their ability quite quickly and would likely give anything to be able to endure hours of physical demanding activity. So, yeah,
That's a fact.
that is a fact. There's still time to donate to his Give Butter on his Facebook page for his triathlon. Nessa had her show this weekend. It was pretty slow. It was the first time in that spot, but they're thinking things will pick up soon there. They did some grilling this weekend, burgers and hot dogs, and they wanted to thank all the fallen military and their families this weekend. So that was from Steve. From Jack. Jack is doing well. He's enjoying the long weekend off school, as yesterday was a bank holiday for them. I asked her if they had something like, and she goes, no, it's just a bank holiday. So, I don't know.
Yeah. What kind of a bank holiday gets a day off? What is that?
I don't know. It's just a bank holiday, she said. So, they get the day off. He finishes school on June 28th. His exams start next week. So he has lots of revision to do and get ready. So his last exam is just before they leave for Kansas. But he's a great student, so we know he'll crush his finals. So, and be sure to tune in on Fridays to Hammer Time. On to Gavin. Gavin has been on his new meds 5 days. So far, so good. Gavin and Hop had fun on the field trip despite being stung by a wasp and dealing with heat and humidity. He also got to go for a little ride to lunch, and yes, he did manage to take a nap on the bike.
Of course, they went more than a mile.
Exactly. On Saturday, Gavin and Twister went on a date. Well, not a date, sorry. They went to see Garfield and had lunch. They both agreed it was cute, but not the greatest.
Looks stupid.
Yeah.
That looked awful. I wouldn't walk across the street to see that movie. That was bad.
What do you think, Turbo? Do you think it'd be good, or did you see it?
I don't look good.
After they said their see you laters, they went to a birthday party at Main Event, and Gavin played arcades and had a blast. Sunday, they had a family dinner at their house, and Manuel cooked. Wish I'd have been there. And they ate way too much food. So, no school yesterday in honor of Memorial Day. Today is the 4th grade awards. And then Mom was taking snow cones for the class to enjoy after recess. Wednesdays, Gavin will be going to therapy at 9 with some of his monsters. Then they head back to school for Fun Day. Monsters in tow.
I know I was supposed to be at that, but I had to change plans, so it sucked after I called Gavin and hit him up and tell him that
Yeah.
I had to come to change the plan. But he's always such a good sport, and he always has a good heart. So it was good.
I'm sure he understood.
Mm-hmm. He did.
Thursday's the last day of school, and Gavin's Patriot Walk. He will officially roll the halls of Paschal Elementary for the last time. Gavin's weekend should be fairly quiet, as on Monday they head to Houston for a DEXA scan, checking his bone density. The 5th, Gavin has an interview. This is actually pretty cool. With Make-A-Wish to present his 3 choices to make a wish. Number 1, go to Denmark to see the original Lego house. He knows they're going to say no to that, but he says he's not giving up. So, number 2, Alaska and Hawaii to round up all 50 states. I think that'd be pretty cool, too.
That is pretty cool.
Or number 3, go to Alaska to see the walruses and the whales. She could do that on number 2, I would think, but.
Yeah.
On the 6th, he has a dentist appointment. On the 7th is a somber day for them, as this is Gavin's official D-Day, or the day they got the call that he indeed had DMD.
That's the 7th.
That's the 7th. So I'll think of him that day.
Anything else?
Turbo, do you care if I talk about your Turbo or not? Is that a no?
Go ahead.
Do you want me to leave?
What the hell?
Oh,
No.
that you said bye. Okay. All right.
No, I do that stuff when I'm happy.
Okay. Your mom gave me some pretty cool information, so I wanted to share it, if that's okay. Josh spent the last handful of days in Orlando, Florida, as you know, at a conference for Cure DMD.
Duchenne. You're Duchenne.
Yes. They headed home yesterday, but with lots of memories and info. Josh had an amazing time. He had been cruising around the hotel, making friends with everyone. Sounds like he was pretty well known, and everyone had heard of him. He got to go swimming, which he had not done in a long time, correct? Yep. And he was in the pools, the jacuzzi, the lazy river. He even swam with dolphins, rays, and so many beautiful fish. Discovery Cove was by far the best experience they've ever had. They knew how to handle the boys and work with Make-A-Wish. Since the pool experience went so well, Nicole has a list of needs on how to make his pool a better experience.
Dang.
So we gotta make that happen, Turbo. We'll have to talk
Seriously?
about that.
Wow, thank you.
Nicole said they learned a lot about fatty embolism and what to do for emergencies. They are making sure to be careful with him It is simple as a little slip, and he could get FES or fatty embolism syndrome, which I did a bunch of reading on. I hope your mom can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but which occurs when fat enters the bloodstream and can cause a blockage.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that part when I talked about it.
I figured it would remind you when I said it. People with DMD are at a high risk for FES. And in DMD patients, if a bone is broken or injured, tiny pieces of fat are released into the bloodstream. Like skeletal muscles in Duchenne, the whole cavity inside the bone, called the medullary, I think it's cavity.
Never
The
heard of that.
medullary, it's some kind of cavity in your bone,
Mhm.
are replaced with fat instead of, the marrow. So, yeah. So that's the whole deal with the FES and fatty embolism. So
Yeah.
be sure to tune into Turbo Time Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah, you can also find it if you do a CAT scan.
Can
If
you?
you look in your lungs, there's going to be like little white spots. They're going to think it's asthma, but it's really fatty embolism.
It was interesting, some of the stuff I read on it. So learning more and more every week on it. So
Your
Yeah.
doctor missed you in another year.
yeah,
Yeah, a lot of doctors miss it.
I bet.
Kind of like pseudotumor.
What's that?
Another thing that can kill you. I have. Holy cow.
Wow.
It causes pressure in your top area here. A lot of pressure in your eyes, head.
Okay.
No thanks.
No.
Well, thanks indeed. I had that for like a week.
I remember that now that you say that.
Yeah, me too.
And they said I was close to going blind from that.
That'd be awful.
Yeah. A lot of
That's
crazy
what we
things
got.
you can get with DMD.
Yeah. Crazy.
But
Can we hear from Philip now and find out if he got his ass whooped or not? I can help you take
okay,
it.
Yes.
jeez.
No, Riot, I don't compete until Friday.
Oh God! All this time I've waited an hour to hear I don't compete till Friday.
Just gonna have to hang on to your butts.
I was away from my phone. I really wasn't following anything while I was power riding, so I was waiting to get the. Usually, Chad does the live video, so I already know what happened by the time it gets to it. But when I watch your grappling on the live, if I'm riding, I find I can't really do that because while you're grappling, and I'm like in my mind, I'm helping you, like trying to be like, Luke, Skywalker, like telepathically, I'm like telling you got to go left.
Like
So it
Yoda on my back.
Yeah, exactly. So it just doesn't work very good. So I gotta have just give it a quick glance and go. But good luck this weekend. I hope you
Yes,
do
good
well.
luck.
My first match is set for 9:50 on Friday morning.
9:50 Pacific time.
Yes, correct.
Awesome.
If
That'd be
you guys
perfect.
don't mind, that's why he's down here in California.
Yeah.
There's his interview.
How was your ride down?
Oh, not as long as yours, but I mean it was pretty long to us.
Yeah, so that's a long
Right,
ways.
stealing my show, man.
Okay, go ahead, Turbo.
All right. So there was his interview. Let's move on to his interview. Come on.
I didn't have one.
All of you guys have one. All right. So what made you want to start writing for Mile Monsters? Or
I would probably have to say you boys, and then the family and friend aspect of it.
there you go. There you go.
I would have to say he started riding with Mile Monsters because if he didn't, Mandy would beat him. So Chad didn't have much of a choice.
I was there for that conversation.
Yeah. And then how about your cousin doesn't want
It's kind of my first time riding.
to. Wow, your first time?
At
When
least
did you
out
get-
this far.
When
Yeah.
did you get your bike?
I've been riding for about 10 years, but this is my first real long
Oh,
distance ride.
okay. So yeah, how was that for you?
A little rough.
Little rough, yeah.
A little rough. Before this, about the first I've ridden is about 400 miles, and this is
Okay.
twice that.
Wow. Yeah. And where are you coming from?
I linked up with them in Colorado.
Colorado. All right. So he linked up with these two in Colorado. That's crazy.
Which part of Colorado?
Grand Junction.
Okay.
There you go, Grand Junction.
It only
And-
matters, Turbo, because they had to, if he was on one side of what slope he's on. Because
Yeah.
on the Rockies, there's an east slope and a west slope. So if he met him on the one side, they'd have to ride over the mountain, or he met him after they rode over the mountain. Because there was a bunch of snow up there, right?
Yes, sir.
It wasn't crazy. There were when I came through there were still people on the ski slope
Oh my
in
God.
Vail. I was
Oh
like,
God, Robert.
yeah, California did not get the memo that winter is over. Like we're moved on now. It's summertime now. We got a holiday weekend. I don't know what's
Not
up with that.
here.
No.
I've been snowed on out there in July.
Yeah, no, thank you. But at least it's a nicer place than where Chad lives, because Chad gets snow late in the year too, but it sucks there. You know, at least you have mountains and
Agreed.
there's not mosquitoes everywhere, and there's not I won't get into politics. Anyhow,
I grew up there, so it's good.
More
Okay.
pests.
So, right, you got to be pretty good going up and down those mountains since you've done it a ton. But that's super sketch doing it as a first time on a motorcycle, or just doing it at all for the first time. It was,
yeah, it is. It's crazy because the mountains get deceiving. Like I've always, when you're going down the mountain, sometimes like it's crazy, like how the eyes work. Like you're going downhill, but you're not sure it looks uphill, and it's like, you know, it just messes with your perception of reality. You know how how the roads are carved out. It's like I always thought that was weird, but yeah, it's crazy going through some of those mountains and the people out there. The one side out where he lives in Grand Junction, like get out in that part where there's a bunch of oil guys. The way they drive on those mountains with F-250s, they got like brush guards on the front, and they drive them like they're Lamborghinis, like they're through the mountains. And I was like, holy shit! And you know, like anywhere else, I ride. You know, you kind of bully people out of my way to make it. Those guys don't give a shit. They're like, hey, we push cattle out of the way. Like we'll easily push your stupid Harley out of the way if you're gonna try to sneak in there. Yeah, it was crazy, but that's a good ride. You guys had a good ride coming down. Did you come down 15 all the way through Vegas and all the way into
Yep.
LA? Yeah, isn't that awesome? That canyon.
yeah,
That was that. I don't know the name of the canyon, but that place is. I could ride that every day. That's just.
Yep.
That place is just sick.
yeah. It was Black Dragon and Ghost Rock. I think we ended up going through, and as soon as we dropped into St. George, oh, it was hot. It was like when you first open up the oven.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy how it just like people that don't ride don't understand the biggest thing about riding is the temperature changes. Like you're in a car, you don't even notice, but you're on a motorcycle. It's like every 5 minutes it could change temperature, be freezing cold, hot. But when you hit that areas like you're talking about, it's just like out of the mountain and into hell. It is just instant. You can't get pulled over fast enough. And I've come through the heated gear on, like you're all bundled up, and then you pull over and just not. There's nothing gradual about it. It's like we'll reach over and boop, we'll flip the switch.
Like 106, and then by is it Prim?
Yeah,
Prim, there was a 42-minute delay in traffic. Everybody was just piled up.
Prim in Nevada, right?
Yep.
Route 66.
So right
Yeah,
up.
Could you lane split there or shoulder ride, or did you have to sit in it?
What?
We did. We didn't check. We just did.
Yeah, I don't.
That was Alan's first experience at that, and then the motorcycle lane. He got introduced to that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was. I do not sit in traffic. Period. Like if I sit in traffic, it's because it's so narrow. There is no shoulders and there's no way to lane split. There's no way I'm going to sit in that traffic. And so people ride with me, they get a lesson in that real quick, or they get a lesson in riding alone, and ride's gone.
Anyway, you guys went to Burnt Crumbs, right?
Yep.
So
Today.
you want to tell the monsters how that was?
That breakfast burrito was killer. That carne asada is the way to go. Absolutely. That was awesome.
Very, very
Don't
good.
forget. Don't forget, you have to compete in a couple days. Easy on the burritos there.
I can sweat it out. We're fine.
As long as you sweat it out, that's fine. But there's other ways to evacuate that and come during.
Yeah, I've taken some drastic measures and I don't want to do it again.
Yeah, but Burnt Crumbs is owned by my dad's brother. His name is Min. So yeah, if you guys are down here in California, definitely hit up Burnt Crumbs. Very good.
They have great food there.
Yeah, that breakfast quesadilla looked killer too, but that burrito was the way to go.
It's good food. The line builds really quick.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people there.
That's when you know it's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a breakfast, a brunch spot.
Yeah, it's really good.
So yeah, if you guys are here in California, definitely hit up Burnt Crumbs.
Nice pitch.
Mm-hmm.
He's a professional.
Yes.
And then what day are you fighting?
Friday.
Friday. So Friday, and that's going to be on YouTube or
YouTube, they should stream it, and they should have different streams for different mats. And then they also have another streaming service that they go through called Flow Grappling. They will also be streaming it live as well on that website.
perfect. All right.
I hope he kicks some ass. It's going to be fun to watch.
That's the plan.
I've gotten much better understanding the sport from watching you. Like I grew up wrestling.
Mhm.
You know,
If
it's
you guys
just
are wondering what my mom's talking about, she's talking about Burnt Crumbs. Sorry for interrupting.
no, it's all good.
It's not.
But it's hard to so different than wrestling. So it's hard to, for me, it was hard to get my head wrapped around the sport of it, like how you win. You know, like wrestling, there's a points, and you could look at the thing while it's going on. It'd be 10-2 or whatever. So it's kind of fun to watch.
Yeah, as Dad says, I'm a good hugger.
Very good.
He's always been a lovable kid.
Yeah.
Always a good hugger.
Well, this is the big one. This is Worlds.
That's awesome. So if you do well in this, how does that translate to life then? Like you were instructing, it gives you more street cred. Is that the
Yeah, it's an accolade.
yeah?
It's something to put on the resume.
See you, Robert.
Yeah, that's cool. Look, I hope you do well, man. You've been working your ass off getting ready for this. So
Yep, that's
Good
the
luck.
plan. That's the plan. So I'm going to be studying my first opponent and everyone to follow. So yeah.
yeah, it'd be fun to follow. Be good. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Ryan. I appreciate it.
That's all I got, Turbo.
That's all I got. How about you, Misty?
That's all I got.
I'm guessing Chad wants a minute with the mic where he can just
Yeah, I'd give him the mic for a bit.
Give him a
Yeah.
second. He'll sing you Careless Whisper.
I already,
Oh,
already
wait,
said that.
no,
I got. That's all I got. All I got.
and go.
And
I think they can hear you good. I'll put it right there.
Awesome. Well, thank you, everybody. Thanks for having us, Turbo.
Oh yeah, you're very welcome, Riot. Very
was-
welcome, Misty.
It was fun to combine it because last night I was riding, and it was Memorial Day. I really didn't want to do a show on Memorial Day because I think it's a good day to, be thinking about that, not this. So
Right.
it's all good. So Dylan, thanks for rescheduling.
Yeah. Anyway, guys.
That's my favorite part. I want to include Dylan so we get the hand to come in. And,
Yeah. Anyway, guys, sorry if I'm a little bit all over the place. I kind of just got back from my trip, so sorry if I'm a little rusty. But yeah, thank you for tuning in to Turbo Time / Mile Monsters. I hope everyone has a great weekend. So yeah, without further ado, Turbo is out. All right, Misty, your turn for your goodbye.
Without further ado, Misty is out.
I didn't have anything ready because when he said out, I thought he was hitting the live button. It was over with. I was already waving. So
I did
that's all I
too.
got, man. Peace. Bye.
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 Bye.